Graphic design for web and print media, designing for the wellness community. Visit ryankelson.com. Hello, fabulous Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2012. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. As I was looking at the sky for you, I was reminded of an academic theory that I once read. I wish I had the citation for you, but I don't. But the theory did state to the effect that in times of economic insecurity, traditionalism rises. In times of prosperity, liberalism and concerns about human rights and moving towards greater liberty is what rises. Now, what I have found in my own life and in the life of people that I love, that it isn't just economic insecurity that does this, but any type of insecurity, any type of environment where people start feeling unsafe is when they can find their way towards structures that allow them to make sense of the world, that allow them to feel that there are some things that are predictable. But there is, of course, a line, and it's a very, very distinct line. And once that line is crossed, they've moved into the realm of giving into that uncertainty and actually having it transform itself into fear instead of faith. So the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because one of the really big lessons and one of the really big blessings of being a Sagittarius is that you can observe yourself and you can look at what's happening within you as a way to more fully understand your orientation to the world and what it's saying about you more deeply. So what I mean by that is, in times when you find yourself believing that you're the only one who's right, it tends to indicate that on some level you're feeling uncertain. Now, moving forward, the month begins with just these themes, which is why I'm bringing it up. Do be mindful to not feel the need to overstate your case, to not feel the need to be overly zealous about your position. It's great that you have a position. It's great that you are determined to persuade others. And it's great that you have that confidence to know that you can speak of what is happening within you and your thoughts, and that you believe that you will be heard. All of that is wonderful. But there is a point, there is a line that can be seen, actually. And when you are happy within yourself and with everything that's happening in your life, you find that you have that ability to recognize the line where there are some things, some thoughts that are ultimately beliefs and are ultimately relative and not necessarily meant to be shared. And probably it's good that they're not shared by every single person. That's the line that you want to watch when you start thinking that beliefs that are ultimately relative are actually facts. And you want to do this because it's going to be part of your peace of mind. It's going to help you to understand yourself, and keeping this in line, keeping the relativity of so many things in mind is also going to help you make sense of some really powerful emotions, because ultimately when you go there, when you get into that space where you think that you're right, it's because you're avoiding something else, something deeper that's happening. The beginning of the month, there are a lot of emotions in the air, but you are strong, and not only that, but they are to your advantage, and they're leading you somewhere really good. Now, what is good about them as the month begins and there's so many feelings flying is going to be more fully revealed the further into the month you get. In fact, a week into the month, you really notice the energy start to shift, and you really notice the opportunities. What you want is to behave in a way right at the beginning of the month that you can be proud of, that you can look at and say, okay, I kept my side of the street clean, and now I can feel light and I can embrace these different thoughts, these different opportunities, these different understandings. The path ahead is so beautiful, especially in the middle of the month. There's this supreme harmony, and there's this feeling of being supported by people, supported by loved ones, feeling like there is fun everywhere that you turn, and feeling a sense of happiness with yourself. The beginning of the month is about you understanding what gets in the way of that. And then slowly you start working more and more to fulfill that promise, to fulfill the promise that you deserve to be happy, that you deserve to feel good, and that in your random interactions as you go about your life, you can find love. There's a lot of love out there for you, and it comes sometimes from strangers, sometimes from friends. You put yourself in just the right frame of mind, even just slightly, and you'll notice it more and more. And then you will notice a deluge of love out there and support out there for you. From that state, people become much more able to listen to you because you're listening to them. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.